Today's session is... I forget what I named it.
Light in the darkness.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it was.
Okay, so 3d8 healing, and it can do a reaction. So the Phoenix art has the reaction Shield of Life.
Say that again.
So that Shield of Life that we're talking about, that's a reaction for the Phoenix art or the Phoenix Ember. Correct?
It's a plus.
Yes? No?
It functions like shield.
Yeah.
Then yes. One time he should have it marked. I don't know if he does, but it's once per
doesn't.
short rest. Twice per long rest. I think it's
Okay.
Twice. We'll play it out twice per long rest.
Okay. I'm just noting it in my
Yeah.
my type session notes because that picture message that you sent us that has all this stuff, it literally looks like the way that it's written out looked like it was a separate item. So I put it in our text chain.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, it's the one that you sent me a while back. The last time, like after the last time I played his character.
Gotcha. 1 second. Oh.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
Am I
I'm
crazy?
close to 6:30. I am on call for the last weekend now.
Oh.
So. The clients went to Monster Jam over in Fargo.
Oh.
So, a good chunk of them did. Probably 7 out of 20 of them. So.
33% roughly.
It sounds like everything went well, so that's pretty awesome that they were able to do that. Everything should be calm. We can, though, go ahead and hop in early. Everyone's here. I don't know why my camera won't, like, stop blurring the background, though.
It's because you're not wearing that wig on top of your headphones.
I don't think that would help, though. I just don't think that would do the thing, you know? It's just...
What a look.
Should have walked down the aisle on your wedding day with that on.
Birthday puppy!
Birthday puppy. Happy birthday, little baby. We love you so much. You don't know any of us, but we all love you so much.
We are now video live to show off this birthday puppy.
Who's that right here? Look here.
Talking weddings, the first time my sister got married, she gave me full control over what to play during her wedding as her pianist, and I almost started as a joke playing the Hallelujah chorus.
What's a hallelujah?
She looked at me and she's like, "Don't you dare, Hallelujah!"
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. Terrible Big Brother, right?
I thought you meant Hallelujah, like I don't remember who did it originally.
Yeah.
Is it Jeff
Smash Mouth?
Buckley?
Err.
No, Smash Mouth didn't do no. It wasn't Shrek. I don't remember which version it was though. But I love that song so much. I was like,
Like-
why was that a funny
Oh.
joke? That's a beautiful song.
Oh, like the Brandy Carlisle one? Yeah.
I just realized I should probably clean my office this week, being that next week I gotta go back
I
to
know,
work. and-
all those bricks behind you must get really dirty. Fireplace and all.
You know, it's so funny. That dog is always in the exact same spot.
And
know.
it's got this
I haven't
weird
watched-
tick where it just keeps licking its foot or scratching. Like, unfortunately, no one can actually see the dog.
My poor lab, I don't know if he's realized that the other one got put down or if he's just like, I don't care.
Is the one that's alive still blind?
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's the
probably
blind
why
one.
he doesn't know. He can't see. Taylor's like, why would you make a joke like that?
Yeah.
I have the darkest humor to ever exist, except when it comes to animals. I'm like, just be nice to all of them. What do
Oh,
you mean?
so you mean if like a pouch went missing with a dog inside of it?
No! Like, I can watch the most horrendous, violent movies where so many people die,
Ugh,
and that's
yuck.
fine. But the second the movie has, like, an animal getting hurt in any capacity, I'm like, we have to turn this off. I'm out. I'm done.
All right. I know what I've been missing from the game now, so.
No!
You're so mean.
But we can go ahead and hop into it. I think all of you, including Roger, who's not here, but will be played by Tom, I think everyone leveled up. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, yep.
Well, let's go ahead and do a quick little. Let's go, Rihu. What level are you, and what did you get from it?
I am now a level 9 monk, and I really didn't get much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, those monks.
Yeah. I can, let me see here. I now have the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids without falling during your move. So
I mean, maybe
can,
if you weren't in a lava dungeon, moving across
Yeah, I
liquids
mean,
like that
you
would
know,
actually
it-
be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty helpful, but in our current scenario, it doesn't seem to be too useful, you know?
Yeah. You know, if
I mean,
you
I
had
guess I-
immunity to fire, though, you could run across lava, and that
Yeah.
would be dope.
I guess I can go up a wall now, but yeah.
You never know; that might actually be helpful. Let's see, Jubilee. What about you?
So I leveled up. I'm now a level 9 warlock. Woohoo!
Woo.
I didn't get too much either. My stuff starts really like rolling heavy at level 10. But I did get a new Eldritch Invocation, and I got a new spell. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to be useful with the spell that I took, or if I was going to be unhinged. And I actually chose useful this time.
All right. Who's the next one in the lineup? Raja is not here. He leveled up. He got some more stuff. Proficiency increases with some things like giant might, which also sounds like giant smite. But giant smite, he can now he has like 4 of those, Tom, and something else. Because I think those are based on proficiency for him. And Vandalord, you leveled up. You almost leveled up twice.
Yes, I did almost level up twice. I'm like less than 5,000. I'm like 44,000 away from leveling up to level 10. But level 9, I took another level in Paladin, and I chose a feat called Defense, which raised my AC by another 1.
Which is now 22.
I now have an AC of 22. And when I rolled my HP, I rolled a 6 out of 8, so now I've got 116 HP.
Nasty.
Yes.
Nasty.
So
I'm
now
gonna
I'm
just
I'm
find a ghost
definitely
to
that
possess you.
that blend of tank and blend of healer.
Yes. Cricket.
I also leveled up to level 9 druid, which I think the best thing that comes from that is getting a level 5 spell. And then also my proficiency bonus goes up, which I think that's everybody. So yeah, getting access to level 5 spell is pretty nice. I did not roll my hit dice because I thought maybe we were supposed to do it on stream.
Kudos to
So
you.
I can
Go
do that
ahead,
now.
roll away. I should just give you max HP for that.
For what, waiting?
Yeah. I'm not
I
going
would.
to.
Ah,
I kind of
Better than
want
I
to.
am.
I'm trying to figure out, do I roll
D8.
D8
I don't
or
know, it's a guess.
D6? I think it's a D8. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, D8.
Roll a D10.
Roll a D10.
Roll a D10.
Ooh, look at that. A 10!
Shoot.
Listen, man. You said it, and you
What happened to
okay,
averages?
She had so many sessions though with a -3 on everything.
Oh,
for
she
those
still has a
points for
-2.
exhaustion.
Oh, listen, I still have a
She
minus
does.
2. Like it's
I know that, but it's still better than a -3.
that's
I mean,
true.
it's like
That's true. That's true.
it could be worse. Remember when we were still using RPG Scribe? On everything stealth, I had a -8.
Hey, I mean, I haven't rolled mine yet. I just
Oh.
had my modifier added
Oh.
so far.
What okay. What are you supposed to
gotta-
roll?
I got a D8.
As
roll.
Ryder scratches off his old roll. Okay, roll a
don't-
D10.
No,
Roll a D10.
I did the level up thing, but I never added anything for. Oh, I rolled. Well, no, sorry, I rolled a D8.
Yeah. Well, take
You
the
said roll
higher.
you said
Roll a
roll a D10.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good thing I didn't roll the D8 because I rolled a 1.
Oh, well, okay.
Hold on, I gotta find my D10. There we go.
It has 10 sides on it.
5.
5. What's your con modifier?
+3. So I already
Okay.
had the +3 in there, so I'm just gonna add the.
Just
5
making
to it.
sure it wasn't
Yep.
lower. All right, so +8 for you.
My con is also +3. So that was 13 hit points I just got. My hit points are 78
dang.
now. I know.
What thing?
My hit
All
points
right.
are up to 92.
92? Oh my gosh.
116, 92, 78. Raja's I don't know what, and then here's Jubilee down at
Jubilee,
66.
what is yours? 66?
It's literally 66. Yes.
You're muted, Tom.
Raja is at 67.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Does he have really low con?
He has a +1. I have a
Yeah.
0 on my con. If it wasn't for my
Oh.
amulet, I'd have 0 on my con.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having that constitution throughout the whole campaign has been
Yeah.
nice. Getting that +3
Yeah, I mean,
every time we're
essentially,
leveling up.
right. Yeah, both of us have +3, so that's 3 times 9. So we've got 27 extra hit points just from having a Constitution bonus, which is nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't help my AC, which is still only a whopping
Oh.
14.
Do you have two transformations?
2 transformations? Yes, that's still the same. Yep, 2 wild shapes.
Wild shit.
I still have, yep, 1. Also, you know what I forgot about last session completely? I took luck as my feat, like way back when. And I haven't used, the only luck point I've ever used was to try and pants Vantalord. That was literally the only time. Like, we did so many other things where
Oh, that was
I could have
so
imposed
great.
disadvantage on somebody attacking me, like all kinds of things, and I've just not even used it except for pranking him.
That was fantastic.
Honestly, what an incredible use of your only luck point you've ever used.
Yeah, right?
Like, wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes.
It's glorious.
I will try and actually use it for good this
Yeah?
time, though.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and switch on over to your current predicament. Jubilee, you now were you holding them for all 8 hours, or were you holding them for 4 and switching out with someone?
What did we decide we wanted to do? I was watching.
I think it was the 4, but let me just. Or I
For
think it was
sure,
the 8, but let me
everyone
just
went
double
in.
check.
For sure.
Yeah, the only note that I have is
Yeah,
that you're
I'm-
just holding it.
I remember
So-
now. Okay, so because I don't have to sleep technically. I get
Right.
the effects of a long rest after 4 hours of just like
Zenning.
resting. So as long as I'm not doing anything crazy. So that was why I got on the ceiling with them.
Correct.
So I was watching for the full 8.
Full 8. All right. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Perception.
Um,
Just a d20 or perception?
roll a d20 and tell me your passive perception for when you're zenning.
My passive perception's an 18.
Okay.
And on the d20, I rolled an 8.
Okay. Okay, now roll another perception for when you're done in your trance. Or not
22.
trance. You don't actually go into a trance, you're just inactive, right?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm resting but
Yep.
not sleeping.
Yep. Okay, 22. during the time that you're resting, that you're inactive, it's pretty uneventful. There's a couple times when, as you're just looking around, you do see footprints across the bone dust. Just footprints. A little bit of time goes by and nothing comes of it.
How big are the footprints? Because I'm seeing them
Humanoid.
appear, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
humanoid. It catches your attention because a little bit of dust goes up, and then you see a footprint. But you see no additional illuminations, and just some footprints that walk across this room.
I would like to make a mental note of the size of the footprints, and then when I come down from the ceiling, once everybody is able to wake up, I'll let them know that that happened, and I would like to follow them at some point.
Okay.
Question, just for Rory. Being that we have the door going to that unknown blocked off because we fortified it, are they just doing a loop in the room and going out?
Hard to know for Vantalord inside the bag.
No, but I'm saying that just because I don't know if you had that note, because we did block off one way, so there's only one way in and out of that room.
Correct. Yep. Towards then the end of that rest period. So that happened kind of towards the beginning. Then towards the end, you start to see those tracks again as they walk under you.
Can I see them coming back under me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I really quick pull my water skin from my waist, like pour it over where it's appearing, and then I have a bag of sand in my inventory. I just want to drop it and see if the sand will like stick to where I wet the person that's walking.
Okay. Go ahead. You go ahead. You dump the water and drop the sand, and it hits the ground. The water and the sand that you dump, it hits the ground. It does not hit where you see those indentations of footprints.
It's a ghost.
You then hear next to you, almost like a breeze of an air sound.
Next to me, like on the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. And a tug at your side. In an attempt to take an item. Go ahead and roll a reflex save, a dexterity save.
Dexterity save? Oh no, I don't have great dexterity. That's a 10.
I had a 9.
Oh, sweet.
As the bag of holding is being pulled and unstrapped, you're able to reach over and grab it and pull it back. As you hear that, whew, and it doesn't seem as if it is still around you. For the next,
Whoever you are and whatever you are, you're bad at being sneaky.
for the next 4 hours, while you are able to move around or be more active, nothing happens in this room.
Okay.
You guys are now done with the 8 hours.
I'll come down.
That
off
was
the
a close
ceiling
one.
and let
I don't
them
know
out.
I don't know what would have happened if our bag was just gone.
Jubilee was too distracted by like turning in and out of her bat form that the some ghost stole her friends off of her.
The worst part is we can't get out on our own. Like somebody has to reach in and think about us to get us out.
If you're you don't
just
die
be
to
trapped.
be forgotten, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't technically. We'd be like what was the guy's brother's name?
Alphonse?
No.
Full Metal
No,
Alchemist?
the like gnome. The
Gum
gnome.
Gum's brother.
Gum Gum's brother. What was his name?
That would have been so bad.
You know?
Oh.
In
I would
most
have to go-
cases, you can die twice. Once by death and once when people forget you. In your guys' case, you would have just died because everyone would have forgot about you.
Forgotten about to the point of death.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
What an
so,
existential crisis to have.
Right? Okay. So now we just wait for Jubilee to take us out of the bay. No.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll climb down off the ceiling and I will think about everybody and pluck them out of the bag.
So being that we're in a okay, first things first. How did watch go?
I mean, given that you guys all got your 8 hours, it went fine, except a ghost definitely tried to steal you off my back, but I caught him. So, it's fine.
A ghost, you say? Like, what do you mean, a ghost? I didn't think that could, like, interact with the physical world.
Well, so here's what, maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't an actual ghost, but here's what happened. So I was hanging upside down on the ceiling because I put you all in the bag and then I hung upside down for 8 hours. And I was doing like real Batgirl stuff. And then I saw while I was looking around, there were just these footprints that kept appearing. And then I tried to drop sand on them so I could see who was wandering around, but it didn't actually like stick to anything. And then I was just relaxing here and something started pulling on the bag, but I caught it. I caught it, but I never saw anything. It just made footprints.
Well, it
Oh.
sounds like that was a close call. And I'm glad that you noticed that. But also, who's walking around here? Like,
I don't
Especially-
know. Maybe there's one ghost that didn't cross over or something.
and we're sure it wasn't in it somebody who was just invisible, right?
Well, I dumped my water skin first and then I dumped sand on them. So if they were invisible, that would have stuck, right?
I mean, maybe.
I think so.
Because like the invisible condition doesn't mean that your form's not there. It just means that you can't
Right.
see it.
Right.
So I
Also,
thought that something
you
would,
said
like,
somebody
stick
tried to
it.
take the bag off you, but you're hanging from the ceiling, right?
They came all the way up here and it felt like whoosh and then it was gone.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
That's very suspicious.
So we got those chests in the other room.
Oh yeah,
What
should
happened to the bag
we?
of holding?
Yeah, should we
Oh,
take those out and
yeah.
open them?
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that because we may find something of use in them.
And
That's
also
a
a
good
ghost
idea.
might try to take them if we don't start.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
good idea.
So
You want to hand the bag of holding back to me since Bear is in there?
Yeah. Oops.
I don't want to risk him being stolen as well.
yeah.
So is
would
Bear
not be
out with
good.
you now?
No, he's in the bag still,
Oh.
but I'm saying I want protection over the bag.
Gotcha.
Also, I think my passive perception is probably the highest.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than mine. Well, before we, you take protection of it, should we just grab those two chests?
Yeah.
All right, so, those are the two from room 3, Rory.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write down. Let's see here. Being that, when I look at them, is there a lock on them?
There is.
Okay. I'm gonna do this then, because with him being a rogue, I'm switching over to Raja. My other temporary personality, and Raja's gonna try to pick the locks on them.
Okay. Go ahead. Is he gonna try? Well, let's start with one of them. Go ahead and roll his first lock picking.
Okay. Which is, I think it's Dex, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, it's only-
they should have a thieves tool. If he
yeah,
added
that's
it.
what I'm looking for it. I don't know if he actually put it in here,
Okay.
but I see a tinderbox, water skin. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. What's funny is it still doesn't actually have a lockpick on his thing, so If it's plus Dex, that's a +7. 21.
All right. Raja begins to pick at this one, or go to hit the mechanisms, and as he does, he clicks, 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 and you see him pause. And he motions for each of you to step back. And he starts to feel around the edges. And you see that he pushes his finger in one spot, opens the lid slightly, and finishes the clicking and opens it as he then pulls from the inside a arrow, or a couple of arrows that were lodged in there ready to fire off.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad that Raja was the one to pick that.
Yeah, because that would not have gone well if it was me. Is there anything else inside that chest?
Yep, inside the chest, you guys do see that there's a scroll. The scroll has instead of scroll that is attached to wood, it's attached to engraved bone. There's various different imageries of death on the bone, and then also almost like a form of a barricade that you see in the imagery. Like there's death, and then there's some form of what looks like barriers or blockades. So you do have that scroll. I'm not sure if anyone can decipher what that is, and then there's. Yep.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say I'll take a look at it and see if it's any like runes or knowledge of a spell that I have.
Okay. As far as that, if you're just looking at the engravings, it just looks like engravings of various death symbols along with symbols of barriers, and then humanoids on the other side of it.
So there's no words. Like, how do you read it?
So you're looking at the actual scroll?
Right.
If she's looking at the scroll, I want to look at the bones and just to see if with the whole glassy thing, if anything starts reverberating through spirit.
Okay. This scroll resonates kind of innate or natural to you. Not that you can you could, but the essence of the scroll comes off familiar to Vantelord is what I'm trying to say. Cricket, I don't know if you would be familiar with it. But you can read. Well, you can't read Orcish, though, can you?
Nope.
Right. So you wouldn't be able to read it unless you can read that language, and it's mixed in with the arcane, so you can roll an Arcana
Raja
check.
can read that.
True, Raja can
I
read it.
should also be able to read it, I think.
So with the combined with Raja reading it, possibly Jubilee, and then you do have Arcana knowledge, correct? Cricket.
I'm not that good at Arcana. I wonder, actually, Jubilee, are you better at Arcana than me? Feel like you're more. Mine's like more nature. Mine's like more naturey Arcana, not like learned spells Arcana.
Yeah, I have a +4.
Okay.
I have a +0, so yeah.
Oh.
So with the combined effort of the arcane as well as the language itself being able to be read, this is a scroll of necrotic dome shielding. And then with a little bit more kind of thought behind it, you guys recognize that it's very similar to a dome that you may have experienced that will protect you. Except this one specifically protects against necrotic.
Ooh.
It will fit up to 5 people.
It's just our size.
I wonder why. No.
And it will specifically shield, or it's a dome that will specifically shield against necrotic damage.
Cool.
You do also see in that one a wand. The wand is very. It actually looks fairly similar to Raja's armor. It almost looks like obsidian with red ember-like veins in it. And then those ember veins will slowly fade out and become a ice blue kind of vein. And then it goes back and forth between the red and blue veins.
Okay. Roger looks at everyone and is like, "Can I grab it, or do you guys want the weird wand thingy?"
Well, I don't really know how wands work. Is it like a staff where just anybody who has it can cast through it? I don't know the answer.
I don't 100% know either. Well, maybe just put it back in that in the bag for right now, and I'll work on that other lock.
Yeah. Also, this is out of character. We should all be conscious of how many items we're attuned to, because we can
Yes.
only be attuned to 3. So,
Yep.
depending on how many magic items we all have, we might need to sacrifice something else if we want to take that.
Luckily, Bandoler's gonna see that in character, and say, I've got a little bit of space left. Dad always taught me to be at least careful when it came to magic items, and got my awesome amulet, and the good old ring.
Is the ring the fire resistance one?
I don't have a ring of fire resistance. I have a helm,
Oh,
and that one actually, for some reason, doesn't have a.
really? As if that is the magical item as well.
Yeah, I suppose I probably didn't set it up right. So yeah, and I don't
We
think
are.
I
That's why I'm wondering that, because
Good, yeah.
even myself, my fire resistance thing is my third thing.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a ring, my staff, and now the cloak of fire resistance.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. Good call. I call insanity and brain deadness. Lack
I
of
mean, it
sleep.
might still be useful. We're better than something else that you already have.
Maybe. Okay, so Raja's gonna start working on that other lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll his lock picking for that.
17. Plus 7. Yeah.
Similarly,
Is
he goes.
that considered sleight of hand, or is that just straight dex? I wonder.
I think it falls under sleight of hand, but I'm not positive. I haven't used it for a long time.
Picking a
like,
lock
sleight
is sleight of hand, as long as
If
you're
it's sleight of
proficient with these
Yeah, and he's
tools.
got proficiency and he's got advantage on it. And he's got a plus 10 on it versus straight dex of a plus 7. That's the reason why I ask.
And you had a
Because if I
17
take,
or
yeah,
higher?
that's without doing it. If I take it with the advantage and the plus 10,
Yeah.
at 25.
Okay. So again, he goes to pick at this one, and he turns, and this time he slips his hand to the other side, pushes in, and you start to hear a hissing sound. And he just whips the top open, grabs the inside, and you see him cup something in his hands. As he then walks over to the entry that you came into. And you see him just flick his hands forward. And then he explains to you the particular mechanism inside of that was actually unavoidable the way it was set up. But he knew to grab the vial that was going to release a massive amount of poison into the air. So he's able to cup it and remove it. You see him inspect his hands, feel at them, and he wipes them off, just looking to see if the poison affected his skin or if it was just airborne. And so he seems to have a very good understanding of various poisons. And the chest is open.
That one looked like a close call. As I go up next to Raja and and bring the chest back to the middle of the group, What do we see in that one?
In that one, you see two vials. One a bright glowing red. That has a very similar look to lava, or flickering flames. It depends on the angle you hold it at. It has some kind of fiery essence to it. The other one looks like a kind of like a gassy look to it. It has a light kind of green to it, but it looks like vaporous gases on the inside. You do also see some parchment in there as well. The parchment is fairly easy at being an orc, as well as some other not so hard to decipher words. But it just continues to explain what you guys have already started to uncover about the disdain of Amat towards the Pale Theocracy. Her desire to bring or to cross over the planes to enhance her power. You see in those writings that her father led an insurrection against the Theocracy using the mining shafts many years ago. From you guys' previous experience, you know it was about 80 years ago. And here she's basically laying it out that he led that insurrection as a protest against all the orcs that were being slaughtered with the opening of the mine. And then with him being slaughtered and killed by a band of mercenaries, some adventurers that came in, she then sought her vengeance from that day.
Out of character. I wonder what perhaps that band of mercenaries could be. Didn't we already determine that Father, whatever his name is that you guys...
Father Samuel.
Is her dad?
No, Father Samuel was a priest of Palor in Dovik's past, but he was the only one around 80 years ago when everything started happening.
What happened with your encounter with him? Like, where did you leave it with him? Were you on, like, did he help you, or did you guys fight, or what happened?
He kind of helped. I know he gave me a pretty helpful dagger, said I was going to need it later on. Also he helped get one of those Satari off of me, the one that almost killed me. But my gut, he was kind of shady. Didn't want to always answer things fully. But that's my personal opinion. I didn't have much trust because it felt like he was dodging subjects when trying to answer questions.
And you met him in Dovik's Pass?
Mm-hmm.
And then where did you leave things with him?
In Dovik's Pass, when we continued looking at for the Satari after the aches kept cracking. Because we were trying to figure out what was going on.
Right, but what happened to him?
He stayed. He was still in Dovik's Pass when we left. He was caring for the village, especially after Sarah. In fact, she was one of the ghosts that we just saw. He and I found her in her room, dead of a disease that she's sort of similar to something that happened 80 years ago.
What, out of curiosity, what race was Father Samuel? Was he an orc? No.
Elf or half elf?
I can tell you this.
Yeah, Rory just said elf or half elf though. I just want
Yeah,
to know if he was an orc or not.
No, not a orc.
Pretty sure.
Did you all kill any
he's a
orcs at all when you were
he's
when you were through the first time?
So he was half elf, but I know he said he was about 113 years old. The only orcs that we killed were in that tower with a mat that I remember, but
You killed orcs in the tower with a mat, and now this letter is talking about how her father died to adventurers. Did you kill a Matt's father?
If this is something that happened 80 years ago.
No.
you
The
can't-
uprising, it sounds like this uprising was 80 years ago that her father led against the Pale Theocracy, but then he was killed by an adventuring party, and that's what caused her to start her journey.
And Raja kind of steps in and goes, "Oh, well, I might have, maybe I mistranslated some of that." And he goes back and reads it, and he clarifies that Amat's father did start an uprising because the mines in Dovik's Pass were opened, and with the opening of those mines, a lot of people started to come. As people came, orcs were being slaughtered. So Jack, Amat's father, created this uprising 80 years ago to basically shut down the mines because orcs kept being killed. At that time, because of that insurrection, the Pale Theocracy hired a band to have the situation dealt with. All of that took place 80 years ago.
Okay.
Yep.
Just kidding, you guys probably didn't kill her father, but you probably killed somebody else's father.
It's probably, yeah.
I see. I was a little bit confused as well because the timeline didn't make sense, because I feel like this Satari research and everything else that's been going on seems like it's been taking more than just these couple of months to occur.
Yeah, well, based on how these Satari are breeding, it looks like it's an exponential based on found the scroll from Malachi and some of the things from Amat. Like for every it's like a 20-to-1 for parent to egg. So
Raja speaks up again. We did find those papers last time we were here. There were some research notes. I believe it was talking about how Cricket, you're right, there was a large period of time. I believe, Vandelord, I don't know if you still have them.
Are those the ones I think right after I met up with y'all, we talked to Athena.
Yes, those are the ones.
She had like translated it for us and talked about what it meant with the research.
And they gave some
looking at
dates
Raja.
and they gave some information of her timeline. And if I recall right, it did take a while.
Yeah, they said they were talking about how they used like rats and they were combining spiders and rats and all these other creatures and doing like genetic alteration testing and things, and that stuff probably takes time.
yeah, I can't remember if we left it with Zep and Athena. I'm out of character. I'm looking through my notes to double check because that that was 2 years ago for us.
Literally.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember that. It was a long while ago.
But I know Zep, when he met up with Athena, they were rather fascinated by these research notes and the timelines and all of that. I'll do some thinking to see if I can jog my memory of some of the dates that they had, because I know I would have written down in my journal somewhere.
Do a collective group history check. So each one of you.
Oh,
go
I
ahead and
have
roll.
my notes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, okay. The first one was created 5 years ago. And it was made from rats and spiders. They have a soft underbelly. And sharp venom fangs. If the host dies, the creature can't be extracted. Creature can't be extracted. Maybe that means they can't take the soul if the host dies before it finishes. Anyway, 5 years ago, the first one.
That's so many notes.
So now everyone roll a history check. Cricket, roll it with advantage.
I rolled a
Okay.
22.
Oh my goodness.
So, Vantalord's got a 14.
That was very fitting. I got a 1.
Raja.
I got a 5.
With
Oh
advantage?
my gosh.
Oh yeah, I had a 1 and a 7, and they're both -2, and I have a +0 to history. So
Oh well,
Yep.
Raja's got a -1 to history and he rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
So
there
that
we
means
go.
he got rolled a 19.
Hey Lupus, hey Roger.
I got a plus
Oh.
4 to history and I rolled an 18, so.
There you go.
My brother
Um,
from another mother's watching.
Okay, so it does take a little bit longer. It's one of those, you guys roll into a couple side tangents, and a good probably 20-25 minutes go by before you actually realize that you'd gone way off to the side trying to remember this. And then it suddenly clicks for Raja as he starts to talk about it. Vantalord, it starts to become very familiar for you as well, as the two of you can start to explain. Basically, since she was a kid, she took on this oath to get back, and as she progressed in her abilities, she started to pursue Lichdom at a pretty young age. And so from there, she started to pursue ways to capture souls at a mass ability, or a mass way. Then, like you said, Cricket, the timeline pulled together 5 years ago. She finally accomplished it. So, first accomplishment means many, many failures. So the confirmation is that she had been working towards this kind of goal for decades.
Oh. Yeah, I think either way. Yeah, we need to get rid of him, Matt, because I know we're probably.
well,
gonna
I
throw
mean that's
Raja-
easier said than done, Vantalord. How are we supposed to kill somebody who's been trying to become a lich for decades?
But you got to remember though, we're probably gonna throw off. She's probably not expecting us here for another 2 or 3 weeks, because she probably wanted us to come on foot. Because she said she's like probably a month away from.
Well, I don't think she wanted us to come at all, but yeah, that's true.
So we do potentially have the upper hand. Have the element of surprise.
What's sort of our, I don't know, our plan, I guess. Like, obviously we can keep going down here. This is sort of the only path forward. So do we just keep going through here? Like, I mean, I think we're gonna, I'm sure, run into more things that want to try and kill us. I mean, even just looking at the stairs coming out of this room, we're made of coffins again.
But what if we convince all of the souls that are still here that are trying to kill us that they should help us defeat Amat? Because maybe we can convince them, and then we'll have a ghost army.
How do we convince them?
I could just talk to them.
And what if they say no?
Then we re-kill them and I take their souls. It's us or a mat. Otherwise, you get nothing.
It's eat or be eaten.
Yeah.
Sit like a true dwarf.
I mean,
Wait,
do
no,
we
I'm
think?
not eating any more dead people dirt because something bad happened last time.
Yeah, don't lick the dirt,
I'm
please.
not doing that again.
Cricket, go ahead and roll a perception check.
18.
You notice off in the distance some of those tracks,
Mhm.
and then they go away.
Oh, the tracks are back.
See, then you can't catch them. What do you do with it?
Well, how are you gonna convince him if you can't even see him?
I'm gonna follow the footprints. I'm gonna run after them.
Okay.
Hi, hello. I'm also technically dead. Can we talk, please?
I didn't even respond to that. So as she's doing that, I look at the group. I'm like, so do we want to? If we want to continue pursuing forward, we should probably start taking down that mountain of rubble that we put up earlier. Yes? No? Maybe so?
Yeah, but I'm worried that Jubilee might run off and we'll lose her forever.
That's a good concern.
As she's just blindly chasing these footprints that keep appearing.
Yeah, that's.
Jubilee, you start to run, following these tracks, and there's a little bit of a joyfulness that comes to you, as suddenly, everyone, you see her suddenly just stop. Jubilee, you're back to the group. Vandelord having this conversation about pulling the rubble away, and in front of you, like a translucent, half-seen figure. This woman appears in front of you, but you can see, because of the angle she's at, that although translucent and a ghost, her full, like, there's only part of her head there, or part of her body, or part of her hip. Like, the full, she hasn't fully revealed herself to you.
She's like an abstract ghost right now.
Yep. And she stops, and she looks at you, and she smiles, and all of you hear a childlike, feminine laughter echo throughout the room. Which I can't do. Yes.
That's creepy.
And she starts to ease forward, Jubilee.
Hi. We're just trying to talk to you. You seem like you've been kind of interested in us all night, if this was you this whole time, and we are also interested in you if you want to talk. We're not gonna hurt you. Unless you try to hurt us first. Full disclosure, if you try to hurt us first, we're gonna make you hurt pretty bad. But if you don't do that, then it'll all be great, and we can be friends.
You know, I'm interested in you. You seem to be interested in me.
Yeah.
You seem to be following me around. But full disclosure, if you hurt me, and she moves forward, and into your space, go ahead and make a...
Oh no.
What is
Oh,
a
no.
will save in 5e?
Like a wisdom or
wisdom
an
save.
intelligence?
Wisdom save.
A dirty 20?
You are fighting internally. If you choose, you can fight, because at this point it will be a struggle, or you can release control, but you feel, you know she is trying to possess you.
Oh, I want to be irresponsible so bad. I need to like flip a coin or something. I don't have one of those right now.
All right, I'm rolling a d4. Odd numbers, I let her do it. Even numbers, I fight it. Let's find out what happens, because I can't decide. Uh-oh, it's a 1.
Sorry, 1 second.
This is probably such a bad decision.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You can't unpossess. You can't, like, she's just gonna have your body.
But, well, I guess that's true. I, like, don't have any control at all. I'll I'll fight it. I'm gonna fight it.
You sure?
No, you did it. You did it. Don't listen to me. I'm not. This is Katie saying
Yeah.
this, and not Cricket.
You said you
I
wanted to
don't-
let her
I don't
take
even
it.
know. Yeah.
Just so you're aware, Cricket and everyone, you're within 10 feet of me. You also have a +2 on all savings throws.
Well, she succeeded. She's choosing to let it.
I know that.
I
but
know. I'm
either
trying to
way-
decide. It's such a bad idea.
What do you wanna do?
But like,
It's your call.
Do what you rolled if that's what you want.
all right, let's roll with it.
Okay.
Jubilee just goes,
I don't know what kind of game this is. It feels weird.
and then just stops.
And everyone else starts to hear Jubilee repeat
Oh.
back exactly what she had just said, though. Like, full disclosure, if you hurt us, we'll hurt you. But there's a weird, slight, almost unnoticeable echo in her, like a second voice.
Ew, ew, ew.
Well, what do you say, everyone? How about we get going and cause some chaos?
Did we see the spirit too, or just Jubilee see it?
Everyone that wants can roll a perception. It is crazy high, but there is a possibility.
I want to. I just because of the whole
No.
my thing. I want to. I rolled a perception plus. I rolled a 19.
23.
I did not. I
The
definitely.
DC, the DC, no joke, was 23.
Wow.
Rihu, you did see, you were at the right angle, that you did happen to see as the ghost appeared. It was hard to recognize at first, especially because she hadn't fully made her full body visible. But then you were able to get a glance at her face moments before she then moved forward and disappeared.
A glance at the face. Did I recognize the face?
No, this one you did not.
Okay. I will relay that to the group, by the way, just so everybody is aware.
Does Jubilee look weird? Like, is she acting weird?
She is acting.
I don't think she has a normal.
She's acting very much like Jubilee.
You know it's a problem when it starts to sound normal, then you know it's not her.
I mean,
What you do notice is the slight, although it's really subtle. You do hear that second echo in the voice, that second voice in there. Almost able to be confused with any kind of echoes from the room. But you can slightly hear that. That's one thing that does stand out. Another is, Jubilee, what color are your eyes?
I think I have them as green.
Okay. Her green eyes become a little bit brighter. Not glowing. They're just more dominantly bright green now. And if you do take a close look, there is a slight swirl in them. The last thing, and Jubilee, this is something more that you notice, not everyone else. You are being faced with, in this time that you're possessed, you're being faced with thoughts, ideas, maybe memories, imagery that doesn't seem familiar to you. Well, I take that back. It seems familiar to you, but foreign at the same time. You're getting images of people. You're getting images of a man and a woman. Of some kind of familiarity to these absolute strangers.
Do I see any memories with the partial face of the ghost that I had seen? Like, do I recognize the face at all? Is she thinking about like herself with these other people or not yet?
Do a what would be a good, I guess, religion, kind of tapping into your side with the Raven Queen. Let's go a religion check.
Let's see. It was almost a natural 20 and then it popped over. It's a 14.
14. You know well enough that it's not her imposing. You know that it's not her imposing. She actually seems to be conflicted by you. It's not her imposing her memories on you. She seems to be inflicted by you.
Okay.
So let's go, yes? Chaos, chaos, chaos.
Why not?
Wait,
You know,
but
it's been a minute.
Ryu said he saw this ghost. Now Jubilee is acting weird,
Well, don't
which
we
I
want to
guess
find
is...
them? I mean, if we find them, we can get them on our side. If we get them on our side...
Oh no, she can like feel what I'm thinking and stuff.
I mean,
Something doesn't seem quite right here.
yeah.
My guts is do it. The other thing, okay. I just changed my spells too.
Rihu,
son
go
of a
ahead and
motherless-
roll a perception check.
$18 this time?
18. To go with the anachronism, imagine like a computer show or something where it glitches, right? You see like a muscle spasm. If I would have thought about that sooner, you see a muscle spasm in her cheek, Rihu, that catches your eye. It's like she's glitching. You see the spasm real quick in her cheek, and then it goes back to normal. There's more down there. I'm sure there is. Deeper we go, the more there is. There has to be. And Jubilee, if there is some point when you're wanting to try to fight it, you can. You just or do something or say something like, "Go ahead." And hop in.
I would like. Oh no! I just accidentally closed my tab with my character sheet.
Control Shift T. That's how you open it back up.
I don't do any damage if I punch myself in the face. I'm pretty sure, so that's not really helpful. Can I just try? I'm just gonna try to slap myself. I don't think it does any damage, but they'll all see me doing it at least.
You go to slap yourself, and it almost feels like you're restrained. And you can see around you, and your hand does not come up.
Okay. I am going to try something that I took today, and I would like to use my new Eldritch Invocation, and if I can find it. Okay, what exactly does this do?
What kind of does it require? Somatics, materials, or verbiage?
All of the above.
You immediately almost feel like you've been caged, and that face appears to you inside of your mind. It goes, "You wanted me, and now you're trying to get rid of me? You called for me, you summoned me, and now you want to get rid of me? How dare you get rid of me?"
Trying to go. I want to be friends, but you took over my whole brain. I can't even talk like next to you. You're just talking for me. I didn't ask for that.
If you hurt me, I'll hurt you. I heard what you said. I know what you meant, just like everyone else around. And she gets real paranoid.
Why? Oh my god, why are you so upset?
So
I'm
upset,
just
so
trying
upset.
I'm trying to be ghost friends with you. I'm dead too.
On the outside, moments after you saw the muscle spasm Rihu, there's, for you, Jubilee, it's delayed. On the outside, suddenly the rest of you see her suddenly slap herself and then just like arguing left and right with herself. Jubilee, you don't realize this is going on the outside, but it is absolute chaos to the rest of you.
Everyone, I think Jubilee might be possessed.
I think her brain's glitching.
Well,
The
I
scary
don't-
thing about Jubilee is like it's hard to tell which it is.
Yeah, right.
Raja speaks
Like-
up. I could use burning hands on her. That might work.
I don't think we should
No.
try and hurt her.
Raja, remember when that Satari was attached to me? You kept burning that Satari, and instead it was killing me.
Uh-huh.
That's probably gonna happen. Son of my mother, this goat.
I have any way of helping with a possession.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I go into my bag, and
Yeah, you're a whole paladin. You gotta have something.
we gotta remember the Oathbreaker. A lot of my stuff went necrotic, minus like 2 things. I take out one of my flasks of holy water because I've got 3 uses, and I'm gonna sprinkle some on her.
Explain what that looks like.
All right. So
Hold on. Bantalord, I'll grapple.
You're gonna grapple Jubilee.
Yes.
Okay. In this moment, she's not outwardly perceptive, so you're able to grapple her.
An exorcism. We're having a full-on blue box exorcism right
I mean,
now.
that's kind of on par for Jubilee, though. Let's be fair.
yeah. So, yes, Pat, we all know how you make holy water. You boil the heck out of it. Squirrel. So I look at the others. I'm like, just because I'm having an internal conflict because of the whole deity thing, I look at Cricket. I'm like, I know bad decisions. At this point, I'm just gonna live with my bad decisions. I'm sorry. So I take some of the holy water. I'm gonna sprinkle it on that holy symbol I got of Palor from
Yep.
the last clerk I saw, and I'm gonna take the holy symbol and I'm gonna put it right on Jubilee's head, saying, "I hope this works, Palor. I am sorry for anything that I may have done against you. Can you help get this spirit out of Jubilee?"
So in context, a paladin of Apsu who turned against Apsu, embraced
Uh-huh.
an archdevil,
Yep.
took holy water, sprinkled it onto a holy symbol.
For another deity.
When you say it out loud, I'm afraid.
And your comment specifically, Vantalord, was, "I've embraced it."
Yes.
You feel a completion. The essence of Apsu, a dim light in your mind, is snuffed out. You grab that holy water and that holy symbol. You don't see it at first. The holy symbol starts to change. The water, as you sprinkle it, you feel it change. You feel everything become one. And you press the holy symbol against her.
Oh my gosh.
Jubilee, you are
Sorry.
overwhelmed with 2 lives. And a third one that's utterly confused. You know that there are 3 of you inside of you. But you can't place 2 of them. It is hellish chaos inside of your mind. Vandalord, you
I'm
re-look at that
sorry.
symbol. and you immediately recognize it as the symbol of Glacia. It changed, you grabbed the wrong thing, something happened.
Great, now I'm possessed and cursed or something.
You now have fully embraced Glacia as your deity. Jubilee, it is an eternity in your mind.
Oh my gosh.
For you on the outside, Ryder, Rihu, you are holding, and she is violently thrashing.
Mm-hmm.
Dust, bone dust, flying in the air. Internally, there's Jubilee. Go ahead and roll a religion check again.
Okay.
As there is
30-20.
there's the ghost. As impartial as her body, or incomplete as her body, so is her mind. Roll again.
Another religion.
Yep.
13.
It's just beyond your grasp. You can't place it. It is just outside. But it's so familiar. There's images. But they're not hers and they're not yours. There's something there and you can't place it, and it is causing the two of you a hellish rebuke inside of your mind.
I was just trying to be friends with you. I thought we were playing a game and now you're breaking my whole brain.
And there's almost a sense of empathy coming from her in the same fashion. Although still fighting against you and trying to keep control of you, it's almost like she's in agreement with you. But this third thing inside of you has unleashed any kind of stability, even in the possession.
What can I do to help you? Because you feel it too. There's something else in here and it's broken.
Wisps of screams, almost hard to pick up, but she is lost and confused. She'll try to say something to you, and again, her mind is incomplete. So she can't bring it all together. Like you picked up a spirit that was in transition or just messed up. What are you guys doing on the outside as Jubilee thinks?
You just see a dwarf paladin looking down at this holy symbol going, I don't remember it looking like this, but I'm just in kind of shock.
Oh, it is definitely an unholy symbol now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cricket, no.
What kind of useless paladin are you? I just asked him if he had protection from good and evil. That's like the basic paladin spell.
Technically I do, but I don't think that would work anymore at all. I mean, I could try it, but I doubt it will.
I just look at Rihu, who's trying to hold Jubilee's body, and I'm like, are we the only insane people here right now?
It feels like it.
Why does everybody else have like split personalities and like the
What
questioning?
is sanity?
Yeah, they're like, what is happening?
Can I try to cast Toll the Dead on myself?
Roll a will save.
Okay. Oh.
I love your questions, Cricket. I really
A
do.
9.
Unable to. You're not able to. In the moment of trying to cast that, you're not able to pull the concentration together well enough. It's not impossible. Just that time, it was not doable.
I thought maybe I could like pop her out, make it so loud in there that she's like, I hate it in here.
And with your thoughts, it's like you have additional thoughts. As another thought, as you think, there's a thought that rolls in, and this constant third memory. But hers are like I wish, get me out, screaming pain, horrific torture, all bombarding you. There's moments of agreement and then absolute fight. It's
I don't really know if this is gonna be that helpful, but I can't really do anything else. So I'll hold on to, or like touch Jubilee's arm even as she's like thrashing, and just say, like, close my eyes and say, Jubilee, if you're in there, I believe in you. You have the power to get this ghost out of you. And I'm just gonna cast guidance on her so that if you are trying to get out, you have an
Power
extra
of the Raven Queen compels.
bonus.
Power of Raven Queen. After I see this whole holy symbol thing go, I'm just gonna take the rest of that holy water, the last two you said, I'm just gonna put it on the ground. And I'm just walking away from it. I don't think it's gonna do any good anymore.
Isn't that the holy symbol of your god?
No, I said the holy water, not my holy symbol.
Oh.
I
Was the
thought you
water
said symbol
still?
too.
I have
as he's
no
looking
idea.
at it, he put the water down.
Okay.
Yep.
Was the water still holy?
I don't know.
Unholy water. Ooh.
I boiled the heck into it. Freeze the heck into it. Does that work? No.
Okay. Potentially weird last ditch effort. I'm going to just like hug myself
Okay.
and hope that she feels like I'm hugging her instead. Just calm down for 1 second. We need to use some coping skills, and you're freaking out, and I'm just trying to help you. Please, just like take a second. Tell me what hurts, and I just want to help. Let me help you, please. Also, you're hurting me a lot.
Jubilee the therapist.
Roll another will save.
Hey, you have a D4 if you want to add it.
Oh, hold on. So that's
And technically a +2 for my aura protection. If that's
a
still a thing.
27 then.
Okay. Ryder, as she's thrashing, you feel her arms come up, or Rihu, you feel her arms come up and grab onto yours, but not in a struggle, but more of an embrace. She's still thrashing, but there's this weird, just weird because of the situation, almost like an embrace of her arms, almost like she's acknowledging you. Jubilee, you have no clue on the outside that that's what you're doing. Internally, you see the arm, your ethereal arm reach out and clasp with hers. Almost like this spinning whirlpool imagery in a space of nothingness, as another one clasps with her. As you've anchored yourself to this ghost, who is, by nature of her incompleteness, chaotic. What moment in Jubilee's life, not reborn, was like the pinnacle moment, the profound moment that stuck out to her in all of her life?
Probably the moment when she was really young and she had been watching her parents perform at the circus for so many years, and then her mom, she's like a young child, she's got to be like 6 or 7, and her mom brought her to like inside the tent and tried to teach her how to juggle, and told her that it was like the start of when she was going to start training to actually be a part of the circus. So like her whole family was there, and it was the first time she had gotten told that she was going to get to follow in their footsteps.
Everything around you calms. You and the other ghost calm, and you see this scene unfold. It's not familiar to you, though. It's familiar, but it's not. It can't be yours. You don't remember that. But you know this is familiar, and this moment of calmness comes over your body. Rihu, she stops struggling. She goes completely limp.
Oh, does that kind of like hold her up?
She is motionless. She's breathing faintly. Jubilee, you're experiencing this whole thing on the inside. For all of you, she is low pulse, shallow breaths. Go ahead and roll one last history check, Jubilee.
History check. Oh good, a +0. Love to see. Okay.
I'm still holding my hand on you. I'm just like pumping unlimited guidance into
So that's another D4.
Yeah.
Liquid IV of guidance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
14.
14.
Can I get that for coffee?
It's outside of you. It's something you want. It just doesn't seem like it's yours. But she's calm enough to be able to say it is not hers. And
Do I realize that this kid looks like me?
yeah, but that could be any clown. There's enough rationale to say this is you, but there's not enough connection to say it's you. And that just kind of leaves you. She calms. Rihu, you see, after probably 10 minutes of her in a bit of a catatonic state of just being near death, this ethereal ghost pull out of her body. Move about 10 feet away from all of you, still present. And Jubilee, your eyes open up to Rihu looking down at you as he's holding you.
Hello.
You good?
Am I? I think I'm okay.
Can you stand?
I can try.
Did we see the ghost leave
yeah.
her body?
You see the ghost leave and is about 10 feet away from all of you.
And I'm just gonna tell her that thing came out of you, and I'm gonna point towards the ghost.
Yeah, I know. She was taking over my whole brain and stuff, and she was putting these weird things in my head, and like I was seeing stuff that she had said was hers, and then weirdly enough, I saw this memory of like this other little tiny clown and her parents, and they were at a circus together, and
And then I start thinking about it, and can I roll something to see if I remember hearing them call her by her name at any point in this memory?
Mm-hmm. You do feel a pressing of the Raven Queen. Like a don't cross that line. You feel a very pronounced waving of the finger of your mother, like Raven Queen, like be mindful of what you do. The king is warning you, watch out. But yes, if you hearing or feeling the warning of the queen, if you proceed, you can choose to try to remember if you heard a name, and go ahead and roll a history check. It's a quite high DC, but you might get it.
Oh no, I have a +0. I hope it's not over 20. Ooh. It's an 18.
18. are picking up on audio. You pick up on the parents' names. And the moment comes when her mother is about to call her name. And then you lose the sound.
I open my eyes really fast and I look at everyone and say, "Do you know a Daisy or a Casimir?"
Do we recognize their, like, I think, do we remember their names from the circus? Even though we don't
They would
remember.
have met them at the circus. They just
Yeah.
wouldn't remember the Jubilees there.
They would have met.
I look at it and I go, that's the name of a contract that I broke.
I think that they were performers at that circus, the Morindu circus, right?
Yeah, that was how I saw them. Is they were showing this tiny clown how to like juggle and stuff at a circus. So
Why would you have a memory of that?
I don't know. And how would you all know them? And I don't know who they are. Did I take one of yours?
One of our what?
One of your memories or something?
Well, no, I don't think any of us are from the circus.
But
We
I'm
just-
not either.
I mean, is the ghost?
No, she said it wasn't her. She told me.
At this point, Rory, do you want or need any of us to roll anything?
This
If
is
not, we
so
can-
distressing.
We can just keep playing.
This
dumb.
is about where you guys get. There's some confusion, some loss of being able to connect the dots. Like, you know that
As
these
I'm
names
look-
are familiar from the circus. You know that they were brought back. I actually don't think these contracts were broken. Maybe, But-
All of the, you said Casper was one of them?
but they.
Casimir,
So if you
yeah.
want to look into your list, but you do know they were brought back from the circus to Woods Edge. You do know these names because of that trip back to Woods Edge.
'Cause you said Daisy and Casper, right?
Casimir. I'm pretty sure that is what I had them as when I made her.
Because I know
Daisy's one of them.
So Daisy and Casper are names that you gave me back in session 39 in August that were ones that you remembered while reading a contract. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
So you can keep
So-
looking into that, but even with that, that's the extent of what you guys can recall.
Right. We just
That's where you're kind of stuck.
we just know that somebody from the circus, for some reason,
Right.
you have a memory there.
I don't understand.
Is the ghost still just standing here, like off to the side?
Okay. Question for myself. So obviously I did that weird thing, putting the unholy symbol on Jubilee. Did it leave a mark on her? Because I
Nope.
okay.
No more.
Okay, good.
Yeah, don't go around branding people.
Not only do I have clown makeup tattooed on my face, now there's just like a big spider or something in the middle of my forehead.
Hey, new ghost friend.
Yep, I did break those two contracts in
Okay.
session 40.
Did you just need a hug, or like, do you need us to do something else?
You called me. Called me. You. Someone called me. You called me.
Well, I know, and then you went inside my brain, but you were having like a whole panic attack, so I'm trying to help you. We
Help
can
me.
help you.
Escape. Escape. Help me. Help you. Don't hurt me. I hurt you.
Escape where?
We go down. We can go down. I can go down. Here, I'll show you. I'll go down.
Can I make an insight check? Is like down a dangerous place? Is this facetious or is
Oh, she's like pointing to the other door that you guys
Oh.
blocked off.
She's saying to go that way.
Did we clear the rubble already?
No, we have not. I was gonna do that, but then we had the whole Jubilee thing.
Yeah, that's we can go. Let me show you. And she starts to take off towards that door.
She really, really wants us to go this way.
Well, it's kind of the only way we can go. If you're not afraid of her repossessing you, can you like make her promise not to possess any of us?
Hey, if we follow you and we help you cross over and you help us get out, can we just make a deal that you don't do anything bad to anybody else's brains, please?
You follow me, I'm following you. I'm following you down. We're going down, 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 down. That's the way we're going. That's the way you want to go, don't you? You said down, we go down, and she goes to the wall.
I turn towards the rest of the group after she's like out of our sight, at least.
I don't know if she can hear me, but her brain's like really broken right now. So I think that as long as you just kind of keep your wits about you, we'll be okay. She's having a rough day.
Does she have a name?
Did she say one, or did I hear it in any of the memories?
No.
I have no idea.
It's questionable if she remembers it.
Ghosty girl.
Aww.
Well,
We'll call her Gigi.
Well,
Ghost Girl Gigi.
I'm gonna go start clearing rubber.
Yeah, I
rubble
suppose we
while I
should
try to
clear
work
the
through this
level.
whole thing.
while we're clearing the rubble, I'm gonna ask Bantalord, so what was that? That holy symbol, you said Paylor out loud, but I don't think that was the symbol of Paylor. I'm not really that good about knowing religions, but it feels like that looked different.
Well, I know I picked it up one way, and now that's definitely not Paylor. I don't know when it changed, how it changed, why it changed. I know what happened after I was like, you know what? I might as well just live with my consequences of my poor actions.
What does that mean?
Well, we know we were having the whole struggle with, I pretty much told Apsu I wanted to forge my own path. And I didn't want to just fully blindly follow the path of my father, my grandfather, the rest of my lineage. Especially since I started having the struggle with after this rain. Something about it it just feels stronger. But I also, like, when the symbol changed, like, I ever have like a feeling of completeness, like if you ever like baking bread or something where you get it finished and you just have that it smells good type completeness. That's almost what it felt like.
You're
If that makes
saying you
sense, or-
you baked holy bread?
No, but it just, I don't feel like I don't feel that that inner turmoil as much as I was. It's more like a peace, like, you know what, it is what it is. Let's go along with the ride.
Does this mean that, like, this new god of yours, you're like fully on board?
I would say so. I've never seen a holy symbol just change. Usually, like that holy symbol I had of Paylor, I had one of Apsu, as I go into my bag to grab the other one because I had the two. I had the one that I had when we started the campaign, and I had the one that cleric gave me in Wood's Edge. Did they both change?
Were they both Apsu?
No, one was Apsu, one was Palor.
Yeah. And the one you had in your hand, that was Palor's.
That was Palor's because it was the one that I was actually wearing because that lady put it on when we were being put in the bag of holding.
You reach in for the Apsu holy symbol, and as you do, you actually can't grab it. In a non-physical way, it hurts to grab it. It's like resisting you, or conflicting good and evil. Like opposites in magnets.
Okay.
With that, for some clarity, you know internally that it's not saying, or what I'm not saying, is that you have gone evil.
Yeah.
But there is that holy symbol
something
has not
like-
changed, but it is resisting you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got, what I gathered out of it. So, I can't even really tell you what the holy symbol of Apsu. Like, I can't show you what the holy symbol of Apsu looks like. I know it's in there, but it eludes me. So. I think at this point it's just a matter of knowing that I think my focus has changed.
Should we be worried about that?
I don't think I'm fully worried about it, so I will leave that decision up to you.
Well, I mean, I don't really care who you pray to, but like, are you gonna just suddenly stop caring about us or protecting us or anything like that?
I don't think so. 'Cause, I mean, I know the last time I had the vision of Glacia she didn't mention anything like that.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess as long as you're not gonna put any of us in danger, I don't really care, but I guess congrats? Is that what you say to somebody when they fully accept their god? I don't know.
It's been a minute. So, I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point. The look on your face, Katie, I love it.
Listen, Cricket is not a religious person, so she's like,
I know.
cool.
Awesome! Hooray!
Have fun with your journey.
Just imagining Cricket taking like a gold star and just putting it on his forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
E for effort.
During this time, what is Rihu doing?
Mostly just observing. Nothing really to do for me at this point after the whole grappling situation.
How do you guys proceed?
I think this whole time I assumed we were doing this while clearing rubble.
Okay.
Like I'm
Yeah,
having
we're-
this conversation while moving rocks.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I kind of figured as well.
All right. Well, let's go ahead a little bit early, but let's go ahead and hop into our mid-game break, and then we'll come back in about 5 minutes.
Ghost delayed us like an hour.
Huh?
The ghost delayed us.
That one ghost was like an hour.
One ghost, so Jubilee is deciding to be possessed.
Listen, I
Advance
feel
towards
she's gonna
using
help
his
us
mind.
get out of here.
Yeah, sure, she's definitely gonna help us. Yeah, definitely.
This is my problem as a person is people tell me that I'm too trusting to a fault. And I'm
Yeah.
like, let the ghost possess you. Maybe she'll get us out of here.
because we've never seen Jubilee and possession work out differently before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I just tried holding my little one, and he does
Slow
not want
down,
to be
this
held
is
by
Rory.
my dad today.
I mean, it looked like he was happy with that
I got
earlier.
a question for you.
Yeah,
See
but
if you
right
can
now
do this.
my better
I'm
half just asked me
wondering,
to
you
hold
only
him
work 9
so
to
she
9,
can use the
correct?
restroom, and he's just like screaming.
Okay.
Let me hold him.
Bring him to
What
the
is this?
stream.
There was
What are
a
these? Do you guys hear this noise? What is this?
What?
Hadassah, which is
I hear,
7
like,
p.m. to
drums.
7 a.m.
Oh, it's like a 5-minute
Does that
warning.
time slot work
Oh.
for you, or only the 9 to 9?
It's that 5-minute. Hey, by the way, we should be coming back.
That
And
work for you?
Oh, really? I didn't hear anything. Oh, I have Twitch muted. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
I
And
have
then
Twitch
I'll just
muted.
find,
it's coming through the
probably
video,
Split
the video
Station or
ninja.
Yeah,
something like
Video
that.
Ninja.
Oh,
Work
Video Ninja.
over at Metalwork
Oh.
with-
Did
I
you
had
guys not
video-
have?
I think you
I had
work
it
with
muted today.
Alicia, is that correct?
There was such good ambiance music. You
It
missed
was
it.
great.
It was really
Yeah.
good.
Were you over at Journey?
Not bad.
Where
It
were
was
you?
fantastic.
I normally have it
feels-
on. I just didn't today for some reason.
Oh, crud, I thought
It
you
feels
guys
Shame
empty
on you.
without it. I'll be honest.
Slap you on the wrist, take away your birthday.
Music
Hey,
is a game changer.
Hey, I got to hold the little one yesterday, so
I'm
Yeah.
so
That's fun.
jealous. Actually, I'm not. I feel like my problem right now
Over at
is
medical.
having two stepchildren.
So
My
medical's
body
already
is
split.
half like, let's have babies,
And I
and the
don't wanna
other half
split.
is like, don't do this.
Ryder's better half is
So I
all
can
over holding.
stay
Oh,
baby.
there.
that's
I'll have to reach
yeah.
out to
It's like,
another option. But thank you for
Rory's
your
wife-
willingness.
wife-
Thank you for
She
filling
first
me in
popped
on
in and
those
was like,
details.
"Where is the
I didn't
baby?"
quite catch that with the event and all this.
Like,
Listen, we're here to
Rory's
see
wife's
one
been over
person,
twice.
and it's
Okay.
not you, Tom.
I don't even blame you. Some of the days I wake up in the morning, I don't even want to see me.
Damn.
Have you ever had
I
those
have a-
days where like you look in the mirror and the mirror asks you to put on a paper bag?
No.
Correct.
That was me this morning. No.
I do
Your
have days, you know.
journey
So I got my hair cut and
Let me
colored
double check
on
that real quick, 'cause
Friday.
Normally, yeah, it's 7.
And like, I don't know what it was, but just like the way she
7,
blew it out this most recent time, she like diffused it because curly hair, you're not like, I don't like to put a lot of heat on my hair.
Dawn from 99.
So when you diffuse it, it makes your
Shows
curls like
Harmony
really
77.
tight. And I looked like I had a perm.
Mhm.
And I was
Shows
like,
Tiffany.
no. Every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, this
There's
is
a
not
12.
it. Nope.
12 gap. Now, if 7 to 7 is working for you, if you can do that at
Yeah.
Journey instead of Hadassah.
There are two things I'm not allowed. I'm
Um,
pretty much not allowed to shave off any of my facial
that would-
hair. So like if I shave off my goatee, I
Yep.
look like 15
And
years
no,
younger.
You're doing a full
And if I shave my head, I have a cone head. It's like it comes to a point.
Yes, so 7 to 7.
So my wife
Have
just
you
flat out
ever
said I'm-
seen-
That's actually
Have you
how
ever seen
Journey
those
is set up,
videos
is
of
the
dads
7s
who
and
shave
9s.
and their
Oh,
kids
yeah.
don't
The babies
recognize
cry.
them? Yeah, the baby's
That-
like
that-
cry.
That's gonna be me. It's
I
also
mean,
one of the
I feel
reasons
like
why.
at some point, Tom, you gotta try that.
Oh, I probably will. But like, the last time I shaved my goatee off, it took me 6 months before it was recognizable as a goatee again.
But also less humane. Have you guys seen the videos of babies eating lemons?
No.
Yes,
It's
I
so
have.
funny. Babies just
Yes.
like lick a lemon and
Yep. Yeah, okay. So 7 to 7 tonight at
Wow,
at,
that's-
at Journey.
Poor babies.
Okay. Thank you, Don.
Let's see if I can let's see if I can find a photo of me without any any hair.
For sure. For
I just
sure.
found a photo of a wedding where I was the best
Oh,
man, like 6 years
Wonderful.
ago.
Okay.
And
Perfect. And
it
Brittany's still
literally
not
just put
feeling
into
well?
perspective how much weight I have lost.
Okay.
hell yeah.
Okay. No, we get sick.
For people listening, Rory's on the phone. We'll be back soon.
We'll be back.
Right.
They don't know.
All
They
right.
don't know. They
Well,
can't
I'll
see.
let you get going.
All you have
Yeah.
to do is listen to us talk about babies and
Yeah.
listen to
For
me
sure,
eat
for
my
sure.
tuna packet
Um,
with a fork. A little-
Yeah,
A little
I would,
bodybuilder ASMR.
Can
yeah,
we-
I'll
can we-
let you
can
get
we-
going so I
Can
make a
Can we
couple
get a
more
little
calls.
food review on the tuna packet?
It's the jalapeno ones,
Sounds
which
good,
is
thank
really
you.
spicy.
Right.
But it's
Put a
fine.
in your face.
Huh? Oh my god.
I have birthday dog, but they can't
Birthday
see
dog.
it. They can't see it on stream.
We have cracked chicken in the crock pot right now, and I'm very excited. for
What's
this.
Yum.
It's like shredded chicken, with other goodness.
Why
Yeah.
is it called crack chicken? Because it
Because
tastes
it's
like crack?
addictive like
Because
crack.
it's addictive like crack.
Yeah.
I should find. I've got a cracked chicken recipe I should send you.
As a substance abuse counselor, I am intrigued and confused.
Okay, let me. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna.
You can eat it as is, put it on sandwiches, put it in other
It's
things.
yummy.
It's good. Yeah.
But like, what do you put in with
must
it?
be a Midwest thing because I
Hey, Mike,
definitely
this
have
is
heard it
Rory.
before and you had it.
I don't know. My wife made it, so
question for
Tom
you.
could probably tell you because he's made it for the group before. Well,
Yes.
How's it
In
going?
fact,
When
I'm
we get
pretty
back,
sure
we got a
it's the
message
recipe
from
that that I'm just gonna be
close to
sending
6:30.
that
There's
she
just a few
made.
minutes behind schedule. 6:30, 6:45.
I have leftover pizza that I'll be eating later, so
you were working
that's
until 7
Go
today.
here.
Great.
Very good
Exciting.
question.
very exciting.
Do you eat your leftover
Are you
pizza
able
room
to stay
temperature,
current?
cold, or do you warm it up?
Well, in the last 3 years, I learned a new technique for reheating pizza that is now my go-to, which is to put it on a pan and saute it with butter and then flip it at the end for the last 30 seconds so that the cheese on the top
Okay.
becomes
Preston
crispy
had to call in.
cheese.
And it crisps
I'm
the crust
sorry.
up
Yeah.
again, so it's
The,
not sloppy.
the crust is crispy and the cheese is crispy. It's the best thing in the world.
Because
Preston won't be in
microwave
tonight.
pizza that's left over bad.
that's where I'm trying.
It can be
to
real
find
Yeah.
bad.
the
Is it just
Floppy,
floppy?
and then, like,
Depending if it's like a lot of greasy pizza, yeah, it's just gonna be
yeah,
terrible.
and then the crust, you
Yeah.
have to like you're fighting it. You have to like put your foot
So
on
we'll
it and
go-
rip
Yeah.
it out of your
go forward
mouth.
with
Yeah.
that,
So
and
like
Nope.
as I try to
tough.
find
Pan.
another
It's sort of
knockoff.
like doing it in the oven, but is way faster.
Okay, so if you could just
So
inform
I sent
Amy,
you the recipe,
and
Taylor
Judith,
and
primarily
Cricket
Judith,
of the cracked
about
chicken that
for
I
2
gave.
hours, and
Taylor
just
and
gonna
Cricket?
be just something
Taylor and
needs to
oh
be
my
covered.
gosh, Katie.
Before,
I am okay.
not
It's
in this
okay.
spot.
Literally, Roy forgets my name is Katie. I think every time. He's like, Cricket. I mean, what's your real name? Katie. That's
I
it.
also
Okay.
truly respond to both. Like if someone yelled Jubilee in public, I would turn around and answer them.
I believe that, but you gotta remember, I'm still trying to figure out this whole sleep cycle thing. You know?
How's it been? Does he sleep?
It's like every other night. Like last night, he was like 2.5 hours in between feedings from start to start. So we were getting like an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep at a time. The night before that, though, an hour and a half from start to start. So we were getting like 45 minutes of sleep at a time.
Ugh.
I would be so mean.
Yes.
I am living off of caffeine right now, and my poor wife, like she's like. There's been a couple times where she's like, I'm just so exhausted taking care of the baby, you know, because, you know, just the way Emily is food right now. So I'm like, well, you feed the baby, I will take care of you, just as long as my coffee cup is staying full. Thank God for Keurigs.
I like that this recipe is called crockpot cracked chicken. Favorite.
I,
Yep.
I wish it
Because
was called
I-
crackpot chicken.
Crackpot
I-
chicken is what it should
I
be
had-
called.
So at one point, I had 2 or 3 different recipes for the cracked chicken, and this one ended up being the one that we all liked. So I kept the other ones, but I just relabeled this one. That's the
This
reasoning.
sounds delicious. Oh my gosh, you put the macros on it.
Yes, because my wife and I are low carb.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So my wife's dietitian actually wants me to export all of the recipes that we've been making, because I guess my wife's like one of their biggest like improvements in weight, and we've actually been building an entire recipe book with all the macros and everything. I've got like 70 or 80 like low carb recipes, from crockpot stuff to casseroles to meal prep food, you know, where you can just throw them in a Ziploc bag and then, you know, throw them in a crock pot or a casserole dish later. All sorts of stuff like that. I actually probably should start doing that this week, because I've got like 1 week left before work. So yeah, it's been a big thing. It's how we've tried to stay on track.
Is everything okay? Do we need to be worried about Rory?
I think it's work stuff. He's on call, so I
It's-
think he's
Oh.
something's going on that he's gonna take care of.
Okay. Yeah, he looked very concerned.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. It's a lot.
Hey, while we're technically not playing, I have a question. I was gonna ask this in character, but I'll just say it now as we can talk about it. The 5th level spell that I took is scrying. Do we think we should attempt to scry on a mat?
That is so perfect, because if you look in
What is
the group
that?
text chat, I had said, do I take Hold Monster or do I take Scrying? And I ended up taking Hold Monster instead of Scrying.
Oh, good.
I guess I don't know what that.
Basically, it allows you to you have to make a check, but assuming it works, then you can.
He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Damn.
I have a glass eye, just so you know. So if you need it for that ability.
Wait, like one of your eyes is glass, or you just happen to have the
No,
glass?
it's
He has
one
one
of the
back from the
prizes I got
circus.
from this. Yeah, it's a prize I got
Oh,
from back in the
nice.
circus, and I've just been holding on to it. You know, just like that mug of Van Sale. Now I'm going to use it as an attack called Hold My Beer.
So good.
But yeah, the kicker is that the person that you're scrying on has to be on the same plane as you. So if we think a mat is still on the plane of fire, it's not useful for me to do. I guess other than to confirm she's not on our plane. But otherwise I'd be sort of it wouldn't do. It would just be a bust. But I don't know. Thoughts?
I think it's worth it if you are willing to use the spell slot. Like if we want to do it right before bed one night.
Well, I was thinking I could do it while we're undoing this wall.
Hmm.
I don't know how long it'll take us.
It
But
doesn't hurt.
if it takes us 10 minutes,
At least.
I know when we put it up, it took us 2 hours.
yeah.
So
So
I'm guessing it's
I
gonna
could
probably
do
take
it.
about as long.
I mean, it might be worth it to know. Right?
Yeah.
It's
It
better
doesn't
to know than not because it
Right.
determines like how far behind are we, or
Mhm.
is she planning on actually like we might get if we can pop in, we might see her trying to move to another plane,
Mhm.
or we don't get her at all, which means she's already on another plane and we know which one it is. Like it's just good information to have. Oh, stop trying to lick my tuna packet, please. Stop that.
It's just a very expensive and one time only today.
That's why I was thinking, like, if we want to hold out until before we take a long rest, that way, if we run into something else, I don't want you to like use up a whole big spell slot like that in case we get into like another big combat today.
Yeah, true. But it
Yeah.
is the only 5th level spell I have. Like I only have one 5th level spell and it's that. So I mean I could still use that spell slot to upcast something else.
I also forget that warlocks have 2 spell slots and other people
Oh, yeah.
don't have.
No,
2
no,
spell
no.
slots.
I have much more than 2. And also I got all my wild shapes back, baby. So listen, I'm not even casting spells. We're just gonna be actually I probably still will cast spells. Because the problem with wild shaping is that I think my -2 will carry over. So if I try and attack anybody as another animal, I'll probably still be tired trying to hit them. Anyways, all right, Rory is back. We can stop talking and get back
Hi,
into it.
Rory.
Hello. I am slightly semi-distracted. Unfortunately, sorry guys, being on call. However, it sounds like you have started to talk through a plan. Is that what you're wanting to do, or how would you guys like to proceed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
So you were wanting to cast Scrying, is that correct?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. It's new for me, so
How does that work?
yes. So basically, I'm gonna try and scry on a mat.
Okay.
She will have to make a wisdom saving throw, but there's modifications to the saving throw based on certain things. And if it's a fail, like if she fails the saving throw, then I have essentially like an invisible sensor that I can have within 10 feet of her for a 10-minute period of time.
Oh, hot dang.
Yeah. And I can see and hear through it as if I was there. So I can basically spy on her, or in this case, scry on her for 10 minutes to see what she might be up to. I can look around, see where she might be, who's with her, like any of those details, basically.
Wow.
That is, it's a 5th level spell. It's my only one, so
Okay.
it's pretty cool. But she does have to fail on the wisdom save for that to happen.
Well, let's see.
So the modifications, I do have firsthand knowledge of her. I've met her.
Okay.
So I think that's probably a 0. I would not say that I'm, well, I guess I'll leave it up to you to decide if I'm familiar
What's the
with her.
What's the classification for, or what's the description? of
Firsthand
that?
says you have met the target. Familiar says you know the target well.
What's the next one? Is there one more than familiar?
No, if I've never met them, it's worse. But it's a 0 save modifier if I've met them.
Probably.
And then familiar is -5, so they get a -5 to their
Gotcha.
save.
Yeah, I'd say the 0 then.
And then there's also connection. So if we have a possession of hers, which we do. We have the box that Raja
key.
has. Yeah. Or the key. Yeah. That is a -4 to her save. I don't think we have a body part of hers. Is that correct? We didn't like grab any hair or anything like that from her. I don't know. Jubilee does weird things.
Only one
As
that
soon
would've
as you
potentially
said
was
would
Raja.
someone have grabbed her hair, I was like, oh, why didn't I do that? Like, why didn't I rip a chunk of hair out?
So then just with that possession, the key, then that would be -4 to her save.
Okay. Let's see. So we are right here. Okay, so she is going to roll. What kind of save?
Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
-4.
So 22 -4, so 18.
That is a success. My DC is a 16.
If it saves, do you still know if she's on the plane?
Oh, that's true. I guess I'll leave it up to you, but would it feel differently if the save failed?
I think so. I
Like
think
I
if she
tried to
wasn't
get
even
to
on the
her
plane,
and
you
it was
wouldn't even-
blocked. Right,
Yeah.
right. It would
Yeah.
just be nothing.
Yep. I think you felt a pretty strong resistance that would indicate that she is on the plane.
Okay. But I just couldn't
Don't
get
know
to
any-
her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you see Cricket sit down and yeah, I'm gonna use that eyeball that you got. I think that's fun, Grant Lord.
All right, I'm gonna give her my glass eye.
And I am going to focus on it, think about Amat, holding the key in my hand as well, and concentrate on like almost like grounding myself to this earth and like this plane, and using that to like imagine the connection that is between all living and unliving things in this plane of existence, to try and almost like travel along that to the presence and consciousness of Amat. And
Is there any chance doing this tells her where we're at?
no, I don't think so. Oh, the target knows you're casting a spell. I don't think they
Okay, just
can
wanted to
know.
double check.
Yeah. I think the only way they would is if they had like if it was successful.
Can you counterspell if someone is scrying and then
No, because you have to be
scry on
within
the other scryer?
No, because you have to be within a certain number of feet of that person and see the spell being cast to counterspell. But it does, even though I expected to be sitting there for 10 minutes, Cricket opened her eyes and says, well, I couldn't get through to her, but I'll be honest, I'm very new to this skill. So, you know, I can try again tomorrow. But
Maybe that means she's dead.
Well, I did sense her presence. I just couldn't quite get to her. Like I think that she's just pretty, you know, mentally pretty strong. So I think it was just too hard for me to get access to where she is. However, I guess we did learn that she is on this plane of existence, because otherwise I think the spell wouldn't even have worked. So I don't know if that's good or bad for us. It feels not good, because I kind of was expecting that she might still be on the plane of fire, but the fact that she's not anymore and she's on this plane means she's probably back. And could be maybe even here.
Should probably be moving a little bit faster just in case she is aware that we're coming this quickly.
Yeah.
What say?
Well, I guess let's just get through this door as fast as we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does go a little bit quicker taking them down than putting them up. You're not having to lift them. Gravity helps you, so it does go a little bit quicker. Still takes about an hour to get through there, but you do manage to move enough to get through. You find yourself in another very long hallway or corridor leading down. You can almost see all the way down, but it is dark at the other end, so it is fairly hard. But like with all the other areas, you find yourself on a numerous amount of coffins under your feet.
Can we try and not wake up any skeletons from these coffins?
We can certainly try, but I make no promises because it will be an accident.
I'm gonna put on my sock of sure-footedness.
Okay.
That's another one of the things I got from the circus.
Was it a single sock?
Yep, it was a single sock. When you wear it on one foot, and it gives me advantage on dexterity checks for an hour.
Did you sniff it first? Make sure no one has like athlete's foot. Are you putting on someone else's dirty sock?
Nope. And as a dwarf, I don't care.
Ew.
Do we think like sneaking will help us? Be like light-footed and maybe not disturb what's here?
I'm a dwarf with plate. There is no such thing as being light-footed.
Well, I could do that thing I did yesterday.
Yeah, I suppose.
I could cast Pass Without Trace on everybody, but I don't know if that's gonna be worth it or what we're trying to do.
I don't feel like waking the dead.
Yeah, I
Bad
don't
idea.
feel like waking the dead either.
Well, the good thing is we don't have to sleep, so you're never really waking us. We're just
Okay.
resting.
I don't feel like disturbing the dead.
Oh, okay.
Already disturbed, no.
I'm disturbed.
Doesn't somebody else have spider climb? Isn't there like 2 other people with spider climb?
I'm pretty sure I have that.
Well, your
Remember-
boots.
Yeah.
Your boots. Yeah, your boots. And then doesn't Raja have something that he can climb on the walls? Like he has a glove or something like that?
I think he gave them both to Jubilee, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I got the boots from
Yeah.
Raja.
Or Rihu maybe has one. We have 2 items that are like climbing on walls.
I can't climb on walls. I can kind of run up them now. with
No.
the-
But remember that magic item that Raja had? That was a glove. It was like a
Oh.
glove of spider climb or something like that.
And I didn't see that on. Let me just check my notes from him.
It was back when we were in the manor and we were like putting all of our magic items out and dispersing them to who made sense.
Yeah, he does not have a glove like that.
Guys, I could have used a freaking luck point to make her have. Nope, never mind. I don't think so. Make her have disadvantage. No. Just when somebody attacks me. Dang. I was just thinking one. I gotta remember I have that. I'm writing that down somewhere.
Right next to your -2.
Yes, I am. I am writing it next to my -2 because we know I'm gonna need the extra rolls, okay?
Yeah, I don't see a glove. I was looking.
Well, never mind then.
feel right now. Never had a mind. I know I left myself wide open for other snarkiness.
So I suppose I will try and cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna use 2 of the charges from my Staff of the Whispering Pines
Okay.
to cast Pass Without Trace. Well, as soon as the wall is, now that we're standing here and the wall it's open. So now, everybody within, I think, 30 feet of me has a +10 to their stealth checks.
All right. For the sake of it, let's go ahead and do a group stealth check.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's not with the +10, so 28.
+10.
Vandalord rolled a nat 20, so I had a 30.
I rolled a natural 1, but I will be using one of those luck points.
Yay!
So this gives a plus. So this gives
Oh,
a plus 23 to Raja, just so you know.
Plus
No, I rolled another
23.
natural 1. Oh no.
And you're the one that casted Pass Without a Trace and everything. The universe is getting you.
Yeah, at least it's a group, so you know everybody else can do well. What's the point of even these luck points if they're just gonna roll the same way on the second one?
23, 28. Raja rolled a 38.
38.
21. Thank goodness to my +8.
+10.
+8, +10, plus your roll.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then plus 12, 31.
31. A 30, a 31, and a 38.
Yep.
What'd you get, Jubilee?
28.
And a 28. Yeah.
For once,
I
it's not
will.
Vandalord being the banging symbol.
Technically, even though I did roll a nat 1,
Yeah.
I technically rolled 13.
Yeah, and with everyone else's massively high scores on that, at freaking 38, you are able to, as far as silence goes, you're able to walk quietly. You've walking on enough of these, combined with the spell casting itself, you're able to walk without making a trace, without sound.
So essentially we're picking Vandalord up and we're carrying him as we're walking.
I think at this point you're picking me up, apparently.
Yep.
That does not negate any potential other threats, but as far as sound goes, you guys are quiet.
I think, we're trying to do like when you're walking down and you're sneaking out of the house, you know,
As
and
a
you're
teenager.
You have experience
yeah,
with
you're
that?
like you're just walking on the spots in the stair that don't creak, you know, like to not disturb anything.
I mean, I got my sneaky boots on and I don't make a sound while I'm walking.
As you continue down, is there anything you do as you continue? Ultimately,
I'm
nothing has.
Breathing as little as possible.
As you continue down, you find yourself entering into what looks like another graveyard-like area. You feel the encroaching presence of death even more than the last location.
I look at the group and I'm like, let's just get through this as fast as possible. Jubilee, the dirt is not food.
But I need a snack.
I give her a ration. No.
I don't think I actually need to eat. I don't think Jubilee feels hungry ever.
How would you guys like to proceed?
Is the ghost still there?
During the time that you entered into the hall, you'd see her appear in front of you 20 feet or so and disappear. And reappear. And then before entering into this room, or as she entered into the room, she just disappeared.
I just want to follow her.
Jubilee, maybe you should just like scout the room because you can climb on the walls and the ceiling. And
Yeah,
you're sneaky.
I'll follow her from the ceiling.
So you can't see her in this room any longer. When she entered in, she vanished.
Oh, well, can I like get into the threshold of the room and then just do like a quick
Yep.
overview, like a once over of what's going on in here?
Yeah, in the room, as you climb up the ceiling, or walls to the ceiling and all that, you do see in here various different tombstones again. Even on your way to the wall, your irresistible urge for the ground. It is seemingly dirt, not dust. And nothing overly stands out in this area. I just lost your mini. Yes, nothing stands out to you in this area.
Okay.
It does bring a very ominous feeling to this room.
It's spooky.
There is loud sounds coming from another adjacent room. It sounds like metal clanging. For you, Vantlord, it sounds very familiar. It sounds almost like smithing.
Oh, I wanted to go to. Okay. I'm intrigued. And I know I'm probably gonna get slack for this. I'm gonna very as quietly as I can, just kind of like hug a wall just to investigate.
Right?
Stay within 30 feet of me.
And follow behind me.
Okay.
Huh. Well, you guys disappeared when I put you on the dirt, so let's not take that as a sign.
Yeah, what does that mean?
But we'll go ahead and put you back over here.
Interesting.
Okay, as you start to move, you see immediately, if you look to the right upon entering into the room, you see that there's another entryway over that way. About 35 feet away to the other coffins. As you start to move that way, you hear the sound even more. Do you want to look through the entryway?
I do want to look through to see if I can see it. If I don't see anything through like that corridor or hallway, I want to follow a wall as tight as I can to investigate that room where I hear the smithing coming from. Think like when you and I were in the military, practicing doing room clearing, that type of approach.
Okay.
You want to be tactical and surgical.
Yes. So
We're all just-
that military tacticalness that Vantlord have had, training under his family lineage. Obviously Rory and I both know just because of our background.
So, as he moves forward, are you moving forward to stay within 30 feet of him? Cricket?
Yes.
Okay. So as you move about 5 feet in, Cricket, he is right at the edge of that 30-foot mark. Vantlord, as you hit the top step, you see a mass amount of lava. You see a giant, and as you peek around the corner, You see
like a giant as like a statue, just a giant.
like
A
a
whole
fire
giant.
giant.
A whole giant.
A whole giant, like an actual giant.
Like an actual giant, like a fire, not breathing, but a fire
Okay.
giant. And you
A
see,
fire-breathing giant.
you've heard of them, you've never seen them, but you see at least one Azure.
They're cool.
And you hear them just hammering away at something that they're creating, and you hear them bantering to each other as well.
Okay. Using that same tactical sneak, approach, I'm gonna work back to the group
Okay.
and relay what I've seen. Yeah, that's gonna make life a lot more difficult.
Did you figure out what that hammering was coming from?
They're making something. It doesn't look like, I couldn't tell if it was a, like a sword, like, the long sword of the shield, but I did see some couple creatures, it looked like they were arguing or something. I couldn't quite understand them.
What language were they
But-
speaking?
I don't know. The one thing that's worrisome though is there's at least one fire giant.
Right.
That could be a problem.
That seems bad.
Raja speaks up. Well, what did you say they are down there?
I guess on Azure down
Azure?
there.
Well, and he lets you know that they speak Ignan, like him and other fire creatures.
Well, maybe Raja, you can sneak forward and try and listen in on the conversation.
I mean, I could if you want.
Yes, do that.
Vandalurt. Go for it.
Okay.
And I'll do the same. I'll do the same thing like I did with Mantlord.
And he still has his
I'll make-
38, yeah.
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 Go ahead and roll a perception check, though. And how close, Vandalord, do you want him to get?
That's
Well, you could hear it from the top of the stairs where you were, right?
yeah. That's pretty much what I'm looking for, is him being able to hear what they're kind of bantering about,
Okay.
so that that way we don't tip off, the fire giant to our presence, especially if he's like trying to stand guard or something like that.
Okay. And he's able to move in close enough to do that.
Is it perception?
Yeah. Just as he's listening. It's not too
16.
hard. 16?
Yeah, plus 2, or plus is 6. Sorry, I was still mathing. 22.
22.
Also, Rory, just FYI, you're not sharing the map on stream if you wanted to.
Yes, thank you. It went down as last time, so I have not put it back up. So thank you. There we go. He hears them kind of complaining. This isn't where they want to be. You hear them being proud about their work, but basically just complaining that they got drug on to this place. The giant is just standing there, kind of also not completely. This is almost, you hear him every now and then just tell them to quiet down, but he doesn't do anything to them as they continue to ignore and just complain. Not enough resources, not enough of the right material, taken from where they should be, where the material, like just that kind of complaining.
Yeah.
Did they ever talk about what they're making?
Some of the things that Raj is able to relay back is there's conversation about hand me this material, I'm going to make a blade, or hand me this so I can make the hilt. And it sounds like some sort of weapon.
Smithing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I certainly don't think I could convince them to change sides, but does somebody else think they might be able to?
I don't feel like I have good prospects after the last experience.
Yeah, not my strong suit.
I say, would Raja, his background being an Ifrit, which were slaves in the fire plane, more than likely the giants would have been ones to overlook them, correct, Rory? If the giants are doing the same thing kind of here to the Azure,
Depends
you know,
on.
kind of like that.
Yeah, it depends. Giants could have been hired hands. So sometimes they oversaw. They were a strong, powerful force. Other times, they just were communal people in the society. But they definitely were a show of force for the right people.
So they could be bought off, potentially.
There's a potential.
I mean, I don't love the odds of all of us versus all of them. Is it worth it to try something like that first?
It could be. I mean, I look at Raj. I'm like, I don't know what you got left for gold, but I still have some gold. Maybe you can speak the language.
Is Raja very persuasive?
His persuasion's a +7.
Oh, wow. Okay. Look at that,
Yeah.
Raja.
So let's. And he's on it at +13 to intimidation, but I highly doubt he's going to be able to intimidate a giant.
Right.
But maybe we go this route. I look at talking with Raj. I'm like, hey, it's a long shot, but maybe we can buy them off to look the other way for an hour as we. And I go, this is if we can't buy them off, I want this gold back. If we can, I'll take one for the team. And I hand Raja 2,500 gold. Okay? If that makes any sense on what I'm planning.
I mean, they might
just
go
waiting
for it. A little bit extra gold in the pocket. I'm not sure if they're gonna get back to wherever they. Yeah.
I think what Vantelord is saying is we don't want to
Bribe
try.
them.
Yeah, no, we're not trying to bribe them to like switch sides or anything. We're just trying to bribe them to look the other way while we walk through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that might do the trick. What's to stop them though from just taking it and still beating us?
I mean, let's be honest. If they are gonna fight us anyways, if they win, they take it anyways. So like,
Exactly. I mean, and maybe we don't give him the gold until they say, or until he says that, I never saw you here. That's all we really want him to say is, I didn't see anyone come by.
I mean, we can try. I don't know how persuasive any of us can be, but I can relay the words for you.
If I spoke Ifrit and, Ignan, I would attempt it, but I do not.
well, should the two of you just go down there and then the three of us stay up here? How far is it?
To the archway itself is about 35 feet, and then
Right, but from the top of the stairs down into that room.
yeah, I mean it's probably another 30-ish feet down the stairs. 60 feet down the stairs. And then even from up here, it looks like there's another
Right.
room adjacent across the way.
Or I have a. Can I observe the giant for like 5 or 10 minutes? I want to see if he's just staring one direction or if he's doing the whole,
Nah, he looks extremely bored, and he is just every now and then yelling the same phrase that you've now picked up. Basically means to quiet down and knock it off.
But I don't see his head moving from one side
Not
to the other.
really.
So if we were to, so after watching him for 5-10 minutes and not seeing him pan his head at all, why don't we just hug the wall and just sneak past, go right behind him, ignore the far end, because there is that, over there is another potential way. So maybe, or this, hey, Jubilee, you can still climb on the walls. How about we just use that ability and everyone goes in the bag of holding for like 3 minutes?
I mean, we could do that too if everyone's comfortable with doing that. All I worry about is if I get into combat and you're all in the bag and then I can't get you out.
Maybe Raja is the one that sneaks by because as a fire infant he could just, act like he's supposed to be, chains walking to where he needs to go.
That's true. Maybe he could try and like pretend he's part of this company crew. I mean, I think all of those options work. I do think it's a little bit riskier to put us in the bag of holding because, yeah.
If something were to happen, then who has the time to pull somebody out or remember that that's something that, what if they go down right away and then you can pull them out of the bag and...
Oh, I
Heck of a
could
magic
turn in...
trick.
Wait. Okay, hold on. I could turn into another creature. I forgot that I could do that again.
There's a whole druid.
My wild shapes were used up last time, so the last like 3 months I haven't had any. So I mean, 2 of us could go. Like maybe I could just be like a, I don't know, what's a beetle or something like that, and I could just hang out on Raja's shoulder or something.
I could also turn into a bat.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I could fly above it and then someone gets transported as, like, you get transported as a bug or something.
Right. And then that way there's 2 of us. So like even if one thing happens to one of us, there's another person to help.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna pay attention to a bat.
They probably see them all the time in here. Maybe, hopefully.
Seems like a gamble, but
But is it any more or less of a gamble than trying to convince them, bribe them with 2,500 gold?
it's true. That's true.
Yeah. Okay, I look at Raj. I'm like, those Azures, the ones that are doing the smith work, are they typically hostile or are they just workers?
I mean, where we come from, a little bit above us, but they're just kind of grunts also. So they're strong, they'll fight. A little bit more easier to bribe than the giants.
That's what I'm most worried about is the giant. Like, I think clearly those 2, or whatever, however many of them you said there were, they seem already dissatisfied with their working conditions. So, like, they seem like they'd be pretty easy for us to grab. But I don't know that they're, foreman is going to be as interested in a bribe.
Yeah. Maybe we just, like I said, maybe we just hug a wall, sneak, and
But if we're gonna just try and
Why,
sneak,
that's
I think let's try and let's use everything to our advantage. I think, right? Have Jubilee turn into
A bat.
a bat.
I mean, I can walk without being heard.
I look around. I'm like, anyone got a can opener?
Bag of holding.
We could just
Yeah.
put you in the bag of holding.
You know, I'm actually fine with that because obviously, look what happened to us in the temple when I was with my chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that that didn't go worse than what could have happened.
We can make up for it here.
I mean,
So, put me in the bag of holding.
I could
don't
turn
care.
into a bat too. There could be-
Oh,
there
it
could be-
like two bats in love. We're
In-
traveling as a couple.
Sure, yeah, we could be two bats in love traveling as a couple. As bats do, you know?
This week on Blue Box, bats in love.
That's
Or it's like these
bad.
guys are all crazy.
I mean,
Next week's episode, I have a baddie feeling about this.
I don't know. I kind of think that might be a good idea.
what's unsuspecting about two bats just flying together? That's what they do, I think, maybe.
Speaking of which,
Hopefully.
more of us just jump in there if it's easier to get through as bats.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just Jubilee and I will be. You and Raja, Vantalord, and Rehu go in the bag. I'll change into a bat, and then Jubilee will change into a bat, and
How much
we'll
can a
just.
bat carry?
Well, if I put the bag of holding on me before I change, then it shifts with me.
There you go.
Also, technically, any spells that I cast, even if they're concentration spells, when I shift, I can still maintain. So we would also be bats with Pass Without Trace on us.
Mm.
So, like, they might not even know we're flying above them.
Bats without a trace.
Bats without trace.
Well, are we doing it?
I feel this out of character. Katie feels bad for Roy for designing this whole thing, and we're just like,
Creativity. I mean, if you can get past something by negotiating or working or creativeness or stealthiness or using
still
all the
XP.
different skills, then
I think here's the reason why I think we might want to try this, because I'm kind of paranoid now that I found out Amat's on the same plane as us. Like, I really think like the clock is ticking. Like, she
We
might
gotta
be
roll. We
right.
gotta
Like,
go.
she might be trying to transform like now, you know. So I
agree.
feel
We
like
can't waste
anything we can do to like advance the timeline as fast as we can, we gotta try. And I don't think wasting our time trying to negotiate or fight these guys is gonna be the best use of our time. I think we just gotta try and get past.
I
Okay,
agree.
well,
Well,
let's attempt.
in that case, I'm gonna grab the two corners of my cloak and.
all right.
And
That
I guess I'll open the bag of holding for you all to get in.
Jump in.
Oh, I was already putting on like a pair of pants.
So all three get in.
And then I will use wild shape, transform into a bat as well, and fly up to where Jubilee is. And I mean, I always have said this before I transform, but we have to stay within 35 feet of each other, or 30 feet of
Okay.
each other.
Yeah, right before I change, I'm gonna say, I'll stay within 35 feet of you, and also I'm gonna try to hold your back foot with my back foot. Okay, bye, and then we'll change.
And then I will change into a bat.
All right.
I don't know what kind of noises do bats make. They make screechy noises.
They have like the
Screechy.
really
I can't
high
make them.
pitched,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the bat sonar.
Just for the sake of it,
So gnarly.
go ahead and roll.
Oh,
The two of
no.
you roll
Oh,
a
no.
stealth check.
Okay, hold on.
So-
We
It's
gotta
not
use the
overly
bat
high.
stats. We gotta
I
use
was,
bat
I
stats.
was just about to ask that because I have advantage on my stealth as Jubilee, but if I am a bat, then I will not.
It's just a bat deal.
They we do have advantage on perception checks, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Okay.
And it's on your screen. Now,
What was it? Perception?
Advantage on perception, but we're rolling stealth right now. And then
Oh, stealth.
the plus 10, you still have a plus 10.
Okay, so 20.
Ooh, good, good, good. Even with my -2, 26.
Nice.
I rolled an 18.
24.
94. Easy enough. The two of you fly into this room, even taking a little extra bit of a look. You see that there's this massive fire giant in here, this large stream of lava that's flowing through, and even over to the smithing place where 3 Azers are hammering away at various different items. It looks like possibly a sword, possibly some other basic weapons. Nothing overly special, but it does look like the room itself is filled with an assortment of those weapons. You find yourself in this next very dark corridor.
Good thing we're bats with sonar vision.
All right, you keep flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue to fly, and the elevation is getting deeper and deeper. You're actually having to now fly downwards as you're descending multiple feet down. You do, though, I would imagine, as you come to the next room, even your sonar as a bat picks up on an abnormality in this room.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh, they're so creepy.
Ew, ew, ew. What's that bat?
Yeah, can we tell what it is?
There seems to be. You keep your intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems to be some kind of ghost, or might be ghouls or some kind of creature. They don't really fit the exact imagery that you would put with just like the last ghost that you encountered. They do kind of look like specters, maybe. Jubilee, you'd gather that they're probably not ghouls, but probably more like specters. The other thing that's off in the distance, you recall from a previous encounter that was that shadowy type of creature.
Hmm. The one that was like summoned forth in the room with the bone dust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing we're kind of just like hanging from the ceiling or whatever in the entranceway here.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Jubilee and just like,
I'll grab your bat foot with my bat foot. And then we
okay,
can
we're
we'll
holding
fly together.
holding bat feet. Yeah, I guess we're gonna try and fly through this room as well.
All right.
Up to the ceiling if there is one, and or checking for exits.
Let me see if they pick up on you. How long can you
want-
stay a bat?
I can stay back for 4 hours.
Hot dang.
Mine is
2 minutes.
where? Cloak of the Bat. Oh, let's see. You can cast polymorph on yourself, shifting into a bat. So if
Polymorph is
technically
an
it's
hour.
using the polymorph
Yeah.
spell, yeah.
That's an hour.
Rory's like, dang it.
Except for one thing. So you make it most of the way.
Uh-oh.
You actually make it Well, yeah, you're probably about 25 feet away. One of them did, however, pick up on you. I rolled a natural 20. The rest of them, you were able to move by. Something about, though, this shadow creature did pick up on your presence.
Does it think we are a threat? Like, is it coming towards us, or is it just noticed us?
No, it looked up and said, "How weird, a bat couple."
Right? They're
How
holding
cute!
feet.
How cute! A bat couple holding feet.
Well, I guess I need to make a Christian Bale.
What?
Batman.
What?
He was
Christian
the
Bale?
last actor that played. He was the last actor to play Batman before Ben Affleck.
I know, but what do you mean a Christian Bale?
You guys are bats trying to get out of the area. That's what
Bale.
happened with Batman.
Oh,
Sure,
got-
early.
got a
I see.
Bale.
Bale. I see. That was like.
It was a
just like
stretch.
It was a stretch. It was.
It was. It was like Armstrong. It was a stretch.
I mean, what are you talking about? He's 2 Batmans ago now. We have Robert Pattinson now too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's been
Nice.
too many.
I'm a Superman.
Matt.
I don't like when Rory's quiet and thinking.
I know.
Where is...
Just waiting for Rory to be like, and 2 flaming arrows come and kill both of you.
Yes.
Or the fact that we have 10 minutes left to stream. He's just like, we'll just leave right here with the shadowy figure coming towards you. And we're like, no!
I knew I had it in here. Let's see. Wondering if it can recognize you. Intelligence. Questionable. Other abilities. The shadow can. Oh, hot dang.
We're dead. We're dead. Pat draws in and get his TPK.
He's not. I don't even know if he's still watching anymore.
He was earlier.
So the shadow creature does follow the 2 bats. You make it all the way to the entrance area or the exit of this room. It hasn't fired upon you. You do notice it has taken interest in you.
Okay.
And you see it kind of, well, no, you're bats, so seeing is different. But you do recognize that it has definitely taken interest in you.
Okay.
However, with 10 minutes left, we will go ahead. It is a good actual stopping point. As you have dealt with a possession, you have creatively navigated down an entire corridor and into a room, a smithing room, with Azers and a fire giant, having a handful of different ideas of how to resolve that, bypassing a room.
We noped out of all of it, Rory.
A room full of specters and a shadow creature that, although has now taken interest in you, hasn't yet actually attacked you. Just for some reason, it has spotted
It's
and
curious
taken
about
yeah.
us.
Something about it being its natural environment, and maybe you are or are not natural here. So, there we will end tonight's session and pick up. Oh, I think it's actually going to be a hot minute because in 2 weeks I'll be gone.
Oh.
So it'll be a little bit after that, actually, probably
Yeah, when are we
4 or
streaming
5
next?
weeks.
It would, because
I get
the
back the
next
27th.
stream. So that would mean the next stream would be March 2nd.
A whole month from today.
What?
That's rough. All
That
right.
is rough.
I'm gonna
Well-
miss you guys.
You know, you guys can still chat outside of the game.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go through the stars
wishes.
and wishes as you guys actually very creatively moved past a couple big sections in here and helped expedite your time. And the creative use of that scrying spell. Sometimes you learn what you learn from what you don't gain. Let's start with Jubilee.
I am giving my star to Cricket, my bat girlfriend. But also, the scrying was super clever because now at least we know she's on the same plane, even though we didn't get to see anything. So, super important. But the strategy, as always, Cricket is like the rationality in Jubilee's chaos. I feel like I said this last time we streamed too. Like we're like the yin and yang of the girls of the group. And then my wish.
The most wise decisions and the most unwise decisions.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna regret my wish, I think, but I have been playing D&D since 2018, and I have never fought one, and they're my favorite, like, villain in all of the D&D games. So if Rory, if you ever feel like throwing a pit fiend into the game,
Pit Fiend.
Why would you wish for bad guys on us?
because I've always wanted to fight one. I have like a mini that I had painted of one that's just so beautiful.
We can do that as a one shot.
Yeah. A dream fight with the pit fiend.
Like, Rory, design a one shot around that, and I will gladly sit my fat butt in it.
All right, so scrying for Cricket
That's a CR20.
and a Pit
Yeah, they're so
Again,
scary.
dream one shot.
Fiend. Cricket, how about you?
I will give my star actually to Vantalord for the fun official commitment to your new deity and
Rip to my sanity.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like in some ways the wishy-washy of like not knowing what your allegiance is for is harder, so this should be fun because now you get to like lean into it, and it was interesting to watch. So that's who my star goes to. And my wish, I guess this feels like a big wish, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It would be
Kind of wish
very
isn't a big wish. All good wishes are big wishes.
It would
Pit
be
fiend.
very pit fiend, yeah, right. It would be very fun to get some drop on a map. Like I don't know what that looks like or
Yes.
how, but like I feel like we have taken so many steps to trying to get the jump on her. I want to feel that resolution, you know, like in some capacity.
A smart wish, not a pit fiend.
Listen, again,
The yin and yang.
we have to
Please
have
give
both sides of the coin.
Can we please have a CR20 fight with a pit fiend? Also, can we progress the story in a way that's like super helpful?
And let's go to Rihu.
Yeah. I think stars Jubilee for the soul thing that happened when you were possessed and all that. I think that was a fun interaction.
Use
to
your
kinda get
helping
the session
skill.
going. Yeah. And wish, I think I'm right there with you. I really, I'm kind of ready to fight a Matt in a weird way. I'm kind of ready to at least start that sequence of seeing when we're gonna be there. Don't know if we're gonna drop or not, but it would be fun to maybe start seeing light in the tunnel with that fight.
And Vantalord.
Yeah, I want to surprise him, Matt. With the whole giant eagle thing that we did, flying here in 3-4 days versus 30 days on foot. I'm really hoping, like, my goal back when we as a group were talking about that way back, what, 3 months ago, 4 months ago at this point, was to get the drop in on a man, and I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it would be so deflating for her to just be like, "Oh yes, I was expecting you exactly."
Oh
on this
yes,
day
I've
and
been
this time."
transformed for a
Yeah,
month already.
exactly. Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And as far as stars, that's I would say the two young ladies of the group. You know, they've the yin and yang going back and forth, and you know, trying to get us through rooms as bad form and all that. Brings some sanity, you know, even as the two of them have talked to Vantalord, you know, hey, are you okay mentally? Staying true to that character set. So it's hard not to give them the stars just because of what's occurred this session.
You can tell we're millennials. What's the Gen Z? Isn't it like this or something? I don't know. How
Wait,
does
this is one.
this?
Yeah.
How did you do
And
that?
then
Yeah, this.
you bend the
This
top.
is like Gen Alpha. Is this?
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
Yeah, it's a heart.
It looks like you're gonna just like Thanos.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Let's say it's a pizza.
Wait,
Like,
what's a heart?
This is how they do
This
it
is
now.
how they do hearts. Yeah. No, but it's okay. I'm a millennial.
Yep, forever this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you guys on that one. All
I
right.
will say, while we were flying through as bats there, I was like in the back of my head thinking, thank God we didn't think about this when we first got here, because otherwise everything Rory prepped would just be like, nope, nope, nope. He'd have to rechange the dungeon to be like, let's put walls in the way so that they have to get out of this bat form.
Awesome. Well, no, and you guys, as always, if you guys circumvent something I did, that's fine with me. So you just use some creativeness, and we'll see what happens with this shadow creature and the bats. Something's gonna have to happen. Like, you gotta get out of that bat form. Like, this is just horrible.
I don't know
But-
what you mean. I think it's great.
I bet. But let's go ahead and wrap up there. Tom, if you want to kick it off, and then we'll raid Jay.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. If you are watching and have not followed, if you are currently following us but have not subscribed to the channel, if you have subscribed but the subscription has lapsed, and finally, if you are currently subscribed and not part of our fantastic Discord community, where hopefully we can start getting a lot more active again, we have one question for you tonight.
What are you doing? All right. Well, everyone have a wonderful night. We should be
I think we did it.
over.
Did it.
Yep.
And end. Nope, that's Zoom.